Hello students, welcome to Vidya Niketan. Are you ready for today's class?
Hello students, welcome to Vidya Niketan. Hope all of you are doing well. So in today's class, we will talk about the second chapter of your geography syllabus, that is population dynamics. If I split the words population and dynamics, so what is population? First, we have to know about population. So population means total number of persons living in a area is known as population. So the area can be anything, can be a city, that can be a country, or and every country having a different kind of natural resources. And people or the populations plays a very vital role to convert these things into their necessary resources. Now the question is how they convert. So by their skill, by their intelligence, by their work, they convert these things into natural resources. And this population is known as human resources. Because without skill, without intelligence, people cannot convert these things into natural resources. Next, we will know about the concept of dynamics. Why it is called dynamics? Because this population is not static. Either it will be increased or it will be decreased. And it depends on three basic parameters, that is birth rate, death rate, and migration. So these are the three basic parameters by which the population will be increased or the population will be decreased. Is it clear, students? According to the availability of natural resources, the world population, both in terms of continents and countries, the world population is very ill balanced. This statistics shows the distribution of global population uh, of mid 2020. You can see here that more than half of the world's population live in Asia. So here the percentage of Asia is 59.51% and followed by Africa, Europe, Latin America. Okay, so the world population is very uneven. So the distribution of population, why the distribution of population is very uneven? Because where the land is well suited to agriculture or there are natural resources for industrial development, the population will naturally be larger than in areas whereas climatic conditions are hostile or where resources are few. So more than 90% of population live in the northern hemisphere because 68% of land lies in this hemisphere. And the continent of Asia alone has nearly two-thirds of the world's population. Is it clear, students? So now we will talk about the concept of population density. So what is population density? Population density means total number of persons living in each unit of area. So this area will be in square kilometer or will be in square mile, anything. So I am writing an equation by which you can understand better. So population density represent or is equal to total number of persons divided by total unit of area. Is it clear? Suppose in 2011 the India's population was 121,01,93,422 persons, and India's total area was 31,66,414 square kilometer. So what will be the population density? So population density is equal to 121,093,822 divided by 31,66,414. This is persons and this is square kilometer. So it will be around 392 persons per square kilometer. So according to 2011 census, the India's population density was 392 persons per square kilometer. Is it clear? Next, according to the total number of population, countries of the world have been classified into three major categories. So population, it is divided into three broad categories. Number one is overpopulation, second is underpopulation, and third is optimum population. Okay, so now what is overpopulation? So I am explaining by an equation you can easily remember and can understand. I told you that every countries are having some resources. So when the number of population, when the number of population is more than available resources, so here I am writing population is more than the available resources. It is known as overpopulation. The country like India, China, next Bangladesh, Pakistan, etc. are the countries that indicates the overpopulation, because here the number of population is more than the availability of natural resources. Is it clear? Next is underpopulation. So what is underpopulation? It means that number of population is less than the available resources. So here it means population is less than the available resources. Example is Australia. Okay, and third is optimum population. So what is optimum population? It is more favorable conditions where population is equal to available resources. It means that is the most favorable conditions to develop the any of country where people are getting proper resources to satisfy their needs, as well as the resources are properly utilized. Example is USA, England, including Singapore, etc. Is it clear, students? So in next part we will learn about the impact of overpopulation, underpopulation and optimum population. If you understood the video, please hit the like button, share with your friends, and please subscribe the channel. Thank you.